Hey everybody, Flipperflix back here again, and we just want you to know that since 1998, Stamps.com has been an indispensable tool for nearly 1 million businesses. Stamps.com brings the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS shipping right to your computer. Whether you're an office sending invoices, a side hustling Etsy shop, or a full-blown warehouse shipping out orders, Stamps.com will make your life easier. All you need is a computer and a standard printer. No special supplies or equipment required. Within minutes, you're up and running, printing official postage for any letter or any package anywhere you want to send it. And you'll get exclusive discounts on postage and shipping from USPS and UPS. Once your mail is ready, just schedule a pickup or drop it off. No traffic, no lines. Cut the confusion out of shipping. With Stamps.com's new Rate Advisor tool, you can compare shipping rates and timelines to easily find the best option. Save time and money with Stamps.com. There's no risk. With my promo code POD, that's P-O-D POD, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in POD. That's Stamps.com, promo code POD. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. Cool, that's singing giraffes!
Welcome back to Flipperflix. This episode is brought to you by Boobies.
Yes,
I
laughed.
That's accurate.
That is very
Lots
accurate.
of them.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later. My name's Sam.
Yes, it is, Sam.
Wait, what
Adam
am I
was like-
doing?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, so you're on social media.
Oh, see, I was not clear on that beforehand.
I forgot to go review this with him
Yeah.
before the film.
I wasn't
We just
sure.
jumped right in.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll continue I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hello.
Hi.
We're on social media. If you can find a podcast, you can find us. I guess our bigger ones are Apple, Spotify, Anchor, but there are other platforms out there, as everyone's aware. We are on Instagram and Twitter. We would like recommendations, or you can just come chat at us. We also have a website, flipperflix.com. I almost went with the old one. I had to pause there for a second.
I was
I
like,
almost said it.
I noticed the pause and I was like,
Yep.
for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
You can send us email again to chat or give us recommendations. We do need recommendations for when we get recommendations, so please give us a recommendation. We
It's
do
coming.
Enjoy them.
I feel it.
Yeah. And if you want to rate us, I know Apple has it, and I'm sure there are other ones that can do it, but throw us a rating if you would like to. If not, that's cool too. If you just want to hang out and listen. We drop episodes on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can be sitting in your chair or doing whatever and just ready to push play. Yeah.
Yeet.
Mhm.
Okay, so my name is Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Hi. So this week we
Shibuya
got...
roll call. Oh.
I did roll, and well, actually we spun before their time, and we spun before their time because that's what we got before their time. And I was like, what's a movie that was before its time? And I thought Heavy Metal. You know, I've heard about this movie mostly from South Park, but you know, you see it occasionally like on like Reddit and stuff. It's murmured about. People don't really.
Murmured about.
I don't know if that's even a verb.
I'm just envisioning people being like, pss, 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 heavy metal, pss, 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 heavy metal. Like
Right?
nobody talks about it like at a normal volume.
Oh no, not at all. But we watched it on Stars. Tim, I don't know where you ended up catching it on.
Yeah, I just used Amazon and subscribed for free on Stars,
Nice.
and then it worked. So, yeah.
But the synopsis for this film is a glowing green orb which embodies ultimate evil, terrorizes a young girl with an anthology of bizarre and fantastic stories of dark fantasy, eroticism, and horror. And I guess we can go right into expectations on this. So like I said, I knew it from South Park. There's an entire episode in season 12 episode. I want to say 3. It's 3 or 4. Anyways, it's called Major Boobage. and everybody gets high off of cat urine.
Yeah, not cat.
Yeah.
Pee.
Yeah, like you put a male cat up, and then when it sees another male cat, it sprays urine
Right.
to like mark its like territory. I don't know, but apparently it gets you really high in South Park and sends you into a new world of boobies. You never get a good shot of them, according to Randy. But so I was expecting a lot of boobs in this movie, but I was like, and heavy metal. Yeah. I didn't know it was an anthology. I thought it was one story.
Yeah.
So that was a little. I wasn't expecting that. I can say that. But how about you, Tim?
Yeah, I thought it was a good pick. I had heard of it. I never really knew what it was about, but when you said it, I was like, "Sweet, that's a good pick." Yeah, it's kind
like
of
a lot of people like it. Like,
yeah,
it's got a little following.
I also did not know it was an anthology. And I've never really heard much about it besides like just people like, yeah, it's a good movie, kind of weird, stuff like that. And then boobs.
That's all you know about it.
Yeah.
Cartoon boobs.
Cartoon boobs. Yeah.
We're not full blown hentai here, but
we're getting there.
Western hentai.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's all I had really.
Okay. And dear old Sam.
Well, I did not know that there were boobs in this. So I got thrust into the fire. But actually, I lump this and I lump Heavy Metal and This Is Spinal Tap together. And I don't know if that is real or if that's just in my mind. I'm like, yeah, that's like the same thing. Because one of them looks like a mockumentary, the Spinal Tap one, and then this one is animated. And so because I lumped them in my mind, I kind of thought this was going to be like a Mary Poppins type thing where some of it was animated and some of it was in real life.
Hey,
IRL.
some of it was IRL.
Was some of it? No, it was all animated. So I was expecting it to just kind of be like a weird mismatch of like animation and real life, and then I expected there to be like a lot of rock music in between. And that was about it. I was like, I don't know what this is.
What were the three bands it said on Stars? It was like Black Sabbath, Cheap Trick, and Journey.
Yeah.
The latter two, I don't know if I would consider heavy metal.
Yeah, I know. I was laughing about that when I read the description. I was like, And then when it shows, like, in the first couple credits, it goes through, like, Stevie Nicks and, like, Donald Fagen, who's, like, Steely Dan, which is, like, not heavy metal, and Stevie Nicks is... What's that one band? Fleetwood Mac, not heavy metal either.
Look at this girl and her band knowledge.
So I was like, wait a minute,
80s.
this doesn't seem like heavy metal artists. So I don't know. I thought that was funny, as well.
But
in
yeah.
addition to.
Yeah. We can get started then with the spoilers of the first thing I want to say. Was that car real? That Corvette? Because it looked real.
That was real. That was my first thing. I was like, okay, so it is gonna be like a mix.
It's a mix in certain like elements that they couldn't get done right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was one of them.
It's from 1981, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag 40-year anniversary.
They did it pretty good. I feel like or pretty well. Yeah.
But I mean, right off the bat, this dude gets out and melts.
I know.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
I know.
I mean, I was into it. I was like, this music's sweet. He just dropped out of a fucking spaceship with a Corvette, and he's just gonna fly into and then
into his house.
Like, what?
Just touches the Lochnar, which just, by the way, sounds ridiculous. It sounds like South Park made up the words Lochnar.
Yeah.
But no, it's from this movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no. My second note was just that dude just melted because
Right. That's what I put too.
Yeah, it was so shocking. Like, I don't know.
That's how they hook you.
Yeah, from the intro of like da 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 melt. Like
Yep.
that's pretty much how the story goes.
Well, then was the second scene when they're like digging it up and another dude melts immediately?
Yeah, it did it a lot.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he takes it home to show his daughter, and then he melts, and it's like, quit touching it.
Yeah, people just be melting.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's how I felt.
Yeah, no, straight up.
No, but it was like, so it was broken up in like 8 different series. Like the first one was, it was like called Soft Landing. The Corvette scene was.
Mhm.
Okay.
The
And then the
intro
second-
basically to the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called Soft Landing. The second one is called Grimaldi. That is the one that's kind of like the overarching storyline with the little girl that's supposed to stare deeply into the Lochnar.
Okay, she
Yeah.
keeps coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one. So
Okay.
then the third one, I wrote them down. I think they're in order. The third one was Harry Canyon,
Oh, that was the.
Taxi Driver one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one was interesting to me because I always love how optimistic movies are from back in the day for like the future. Like,
Right.
I don't know if we've talked about this, but I feel like we have. But even if we haven't, like, it's supposed to be 2031 and there's a bunch of fucking hover cars. And I'm like, I don't think we're getting there, guys.
Yeah.
Nah, what about Melty Rays in the back of taxi cars?
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck
that
is
too.
that shit?
Well,
Really?
at first I thought he had the Lochnar back there, but he doesn't, right?
No.
It's just like
got
his
no
little
fucking
button.
melt right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People just be melting in this movie, and I'm like, oh my god.
It's like this way all through the picture, man.
But yeah, the guy holds him up, and he like puts the gun in his glove box. There's a fucking grenade in there,
I know.
which means somebody held him up with a grenade.
And
Oh my gosh.
Fucking
then
ridiculous.
at another point in time, I don't know, he's getting attacked or something, and he pulls out like one of the guns, and we're like, why didn't you use the grenade? Like, this would have been the optimum time to use it. And so,
He was being followed by the goons.
yeah, he just holds it just in case he needs it, I guess.
But so this is where it officially confused me because I didn't realize it was an anthology still. Because I thought the little girl's father was the one who dropped off the Lochnar to like the museum where the mobsters were trying to get it, and then he died, and I was like, is this the same dude?
Mm-hmm.
And then the first girl
Yeah.
comes, and you're like, okay, he's saving this girl. That seems nice.
Yeah, and I guess I hadn't gotten onto the fact that it was an anthology yet at this point, too, because I was like, oh, this is his daughter that grew up.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Like, logically, you're thinking that, and then as the story goes on, you're like, hold up, I don't think that's right.
And then they get back to his apartment. Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Where
was
she
fun.
just like rips open her clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie, just for warning anyone, is made by some horny dude.
For
Just
sure.
Straight
Yeah.
up some horny dude. Like,
Like 8 horny dudes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they each had their own director.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, they
Yeah.
were all horny.
They were like, how do we tie these all together? Sex.
Sex
the
and heavy
revolve
metal.
around? Sex?
Yeah.
Heavy metal.
I will
Oh,
say
God.
that the heavy metal theme came from so this was a magazine back in the 80s or 70s. I'm guessing the 70s.
Oh.
And this came out from a lot of the characters are from that.
Oh.
Mm.
That's
So-
kind of cool.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
Like it at least has an origin.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she just like rips her clothing off, and I couldn't stop laughing after our discussion in the Lucky One, Tim,
Mm-hmm.
about how you were like, I just don't, yeah. But, which by the way, for the viewers at home, the listeners, we did not record the sex toy ad that we were given one time
Mm-hmm.
because that was funny.
Although this would have been the perfect episode to do it.
It really would have been.
Next time.
Next time
Next time.
on Flipper Flicks ads. But what else happens with this story? He's like, we'll split it 50-50, and then she's like, how about no?
And then he just like raised her, like just
Yeah, he's
melts
just like,
her.
goodbye.
And
What the fuck?
it was funny because doesn't he say something like, "Oh, I really liked her," except she got greedy at the end. or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, he does. It's like, dude, what?
That was so
He's
crazy.
like, oh,
He
she
melts her
probably
and
would
takes
have.
the 300.
She probably would have killed me. He's like, ah.
Yeah, no, he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then he melted her. Which, why doesn't it melt like the money?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to question the technology. I have no idea. Like, I don't know how you would make something like that wouldn't literally just vaporize everything and then like right there. Like, oh, I gotta get a
Including
new
the
cab.
backseat.
Yeah.
New cab every time.
That's very true. Very true. But I guess, and then he just kind of rides off into the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see this little kid teenage-looking kid find the Lochnar.
Oh, yeah, that's the next story, right?
Den finds it, and then he touches it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's
Then
one
he
of the
electrocutes
few.
it.
Yeah, I think it chooses. I mean, it chooses whether to or not melt someone. Because it's a sentient thing.
That's true.
So I'm pretty
Some
sure
believe
it
it's
just
a
kind of
god.
like chooses. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. It was just funny, because I'm like, we just watched a bunch of people get melted, and I'm like, why the fuck did this kid get to pick it up?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he electrocutes it.
Yes.
And then teleports. And then has one of my favorite quotes.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, I wrote it down too.
There's no way I'm walking around with my dork hanging out.
Yeah.
You wrote that one down too?
I wrote that, but I also wrote down right before he said that, he says, no hair? Big? Because he rubs his head and then he looks down.
I know.
Like, what?
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh.
And I think it's this storyline where he's like he's having to prove himself or something?
No.
What's happening in this one? Because I have a note, and I think it's applicable to this story, but I can't remember. We're going straight to castration. No death. We're only talking about, like, cutting off the schlong. Was that for this anthology?
That was for this one. So
like, they straight up threaten him, and they're just like, we'll castrate you. And I was like, wait, what about
Well,
death?
so he goes and saves Catherine
Mm-hmm.
from the queen who was trying to melt her.
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't know.
And the queen's horny.
Well, he goes and fucks Catherine,
Mm-hmm.
and then he had some people come capture them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the prince or king or something, the leader of the revolution,
Yeah, the other guy. Yeah.
it's like, if you don't help us, we'll castrate you.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just like,
I
I feel
don't
like there's other options.
I know. It's great. It's so fantastic.
This one was maybe the most horny storyline.
Well, he did at one point utter something along the lines of how he waited 18 years of his life for this.
Oh, yes. Yes. This is true.
Yeah. But no, the queen just wants to fuck him too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
she goes from saying, kill them. Do you want me to slit her throat? And she's like, no, wait, I have a better idea. It's like, why did he ask in the first place? And then,
Yeah.
what?
Did you catch that the goons in the back were just like, she always does this.
Yeah, it's just always,
Yeah.
maybe that's why he asked. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. And then they stole the Lochnar.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I have another quote here. Once the leader of the revolution and the queen are fighting over it,
Mm-hmm.
stupid bitch, it's mine. Some of the dialogue.
Quality dialogue.
Some of the dialogue, man. It's like they were improving and they just were like,
They're
fuck it.
stuck with it.
Yeah.
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 They're like, good enough.
Yeah. Lots of boobies in this one, too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like we slowed down on the sex after this.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Because
I
Go
mean-
Go ahead.
You still get lots of
I was gonna
I
say,
know.
shit.
like, what's the barometer here
Yeah.
for slowdown? Because I feel like there was a lot in this film,
Mhm.
and I don't know if it's a slowdown. It still felt like the slowdown was more than a regular movie, but maybe not.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Call it heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
This is why parents didn't want their kids listening to heavy metal.
Dude, I wrote that down. I was like, no wonder people were clutching their pearls
Yeah.
over heavy metal. Like, if this is the shit that's, like, associated with it.
I know that Iron Maiden was pretty big, and I considered them heavier metal than, Journey.
Yeah.
And they used to have, a demon witch thing that they would, light on fire at their concerts.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
I never saw one because, I wasn't alive.
Mm.
But I watched
saw
some
videos.
videos. Yeah. Some grainy ass videos from the 80s.
from the, what would they even record it on? Like
like cameras that they
like the
use for movies.
camcorders, like the big ones.
Well, I mean, they record them like to buy as a VHS sometimes.
No, I know that. I was saying
Okay.
like people in the audience. Do you think they had camcorders?
I don't know. Tim, what are your thoughts?
No, I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Well, like, people bring iPads to places, and I'm like, can you like get that shit out of my face?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Like a phone is, I can get over a phone. Phones,
Right.
although they're becoming tablet sized, iPads are literally just like a fucking
They're huge.
yeah, and they're like people hold them up and record videos. I'm like, I don't think that the iPad camera is much better than like a
Your
standard phone.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's real weird.
I also find it weird that like probably people weren't doing that, right? Holding up camcorders. So like in only however many years we've gotten to like everybody recording everything on their phone. Somebody sneezes, recorded on your phone.
Well, you gotta make sure you record a sneeze because they might shit themselves,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and you will get famous on TikTok, YouTube, whatever the fuck is the flavor of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Snapchat.
But back to heavy metal down and down, down, down. Anyways, you get to the Crimson Chin having a baby with Superman, also known as Captain Stern.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is the court guy, right?
It's just the court guy that had like
so weird.
who
Yeah.
had like 43 counts of rape or something ridiculous.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Like 17 homicides, some grand larceny.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? And he's all confident.
Yeah, and then the court scene escalates like super quickly once like the Lochnar gets involved with like the witness.
Was the Lochnar involved with the witness? Or because he acted like he paid him off. I wasn't sure if that guy just was a superhuman.
The guy, yeah, no, that was that guy. Because afterwards, when they're done, they stop and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then he pays him. He's like, "Thanks, dude," and like, and then he kills him. But so I think all of that the guy could already do, but I don't know.
Oh. I don't know. For some reason, I thought the Lochnar was involved because he was like super, like, this guy is totally great and all, unless you count whatever. And so I thought that, but maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because where else would the Lochnar have been involved if it wasn't that dude?
Right. Yeah. I
Do
don't.
we see it some other time?
I mean, he was holding the Lochnar the whole time. I just think he had that power regardless.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I don't know. It just, the way that the criminal dude,
At the end, pays him off and whatnot.
yeah, and he just minimizes back down.
Well, and then that guy doesn't even get his money after all that.
I know. What was his name? It was something,
I
I don't remember.
it was something weird.
It was.
It wasn't a real name.
Yeah.
But I think his worst crime was that he sold dope disguised as a nun. I don't. They
That
said
was a
that. I
pretty
was like,
good one. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I'm gonna jot that down.
That's good.
Let's write that down real quick. But yeah, that one, out of all the stories, that one seemed kind of the most out of place of all the anthologies.
Yeah, I agree because they were like giant people and like in space, and everything else was kind of grounded in our world, right?
Mhm.
Or like in a world where like they're just flying animals.
Yeah, I mean that one was still more, I don't know, believable than
I know. Like I can get there
it was
mentally.
a
Like,
fantasy
I can,
world, whereas this one
Yeah.
it didn't match with the rest of the thing. I don't know.
Yeah. It was a little out there for me. I thought it was funny, don't get me wrong, but I mean, right after this one you go into the B-17, that's the next name of it, with the jets. The big
All like the pilots and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where zombies?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't melt. Well, they do melt, but then they don't die. They just become skeletons, right?
They become skeletons and then zombies.
Well,
Yeah.
they were killed, and he turns them into that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lochnar is like, "Rah, I'm a zombie."
So again, I was kind of confused with the whole melting situation. They like reinforced that people melt and then people get reanimated.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sam-
don't know. This thing.
I've been using the word reanimate, and Sam's like, "Oh yeah, I just used it." Yeah, I don't know. They go down, they land, and there's a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of flows. I thought it flowed really well into the next. So there's not much in that anthology.
There's not. It's just like pilots.
Yeah, the pilots running through and zombies attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then it like flows really nicely into the So Beautiful and So Dangerous.
Okay.
When they're like in the Pentagon room.
Yeah.
And you got the guy Zeke, I think that's his name. And the secretary.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. That's where they end up going next. And I was like, that actually flows.
Mm-hmm.
Like from one anthology to the next.
Yeah, he's just like a doctor or something, right? That's supposed to be advising on something. I don't.
Yeah, on the Lochnar.
Yeah.
And then he was a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that the same one with the stoned aliens?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought they were hilarious.
They like crash and shit. He's like, no, dude, I know how to do it when I'm high. And he fucking wrecks.
Exactly.
And you're like, yes, you do. And the robot fucks the woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then wants to get married, but that's John Candy too. I could tell by his voice.
It
Yeah.
And yeah, they want to get married, but she was like, no, and then she agrees to it or some shit.
Yeah, at one point she's like, I got a boyfriend back at home.
Yeah.
And then he convinces her by saying, I have a pulsating finger. Facepalm.
Well, and then they make that
God.
joke about how women are conditioned to be like shameful about
Sex.
specifically sex from like a vibrator. Like they
Oh.
alluded to that. And I thought that was funny. But yeah, I don't know. That whole anthology was just like, that storyline was interesting to me, especially between the high aliens with their like nosedive, and then they're like too high and they like almost crash into everything.
Dude, yeah, they're like putting all this like basically what was coke all over the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bonkers.
Hey,
There's
man,
so
how much do we
much.
need? Just go ham.
Yeah, but they didn't even do it all because like
Oh, they did.
they put it all over the floor, and then it looked like they only did. I mean, they did a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like they didn't do the whole floor's worth. I was like,
So
damn, what would have
fucking
happened if they
crazy.
did that?
I don't know because they dodged all those other asteroids.
I know they did pretty good, honestly.
Tim, did you catch the USS Enterprise in it?
No.
Yeah, apparently they snuck in one of the Star Trek ships.
Nice.
Like
I feel like
one
I've
of
seen that. Damn.
it's like one that like exploded. I don't know Star Trek, but
Yeah.
apparently like it exploded at one point, and people are just like, "Nah, man, it just came here."
Huh.
But yeah, did anything happen once they landed?
No.
I don't think so. They just docked it in, whatever that was.
They
right?
docked. You know what happened? They went back to the Grimaldi like child story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did like
that's
how
right.
they used that to transition nicely.
Mhm.
On like the weird ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. That was good.
Yeah.
That was smart. Yeah, otherwise you would have been like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you've been so confused.
But then you go to Tarna. So this is the one South Park really like
Yeah.
focused on. Have you seen that episode?
I have.
Okay. Did it bring back some memories when you were watching this? You're like, why does this seem familiar?
I mean, I remembered like the whole cat pee thing and getting high, and that's all I really remember. I don't remember
Oh.
anything else.
You may, if you do this, if you're successful, you may swim with my daughter and her awesome boobies. Some fucking shit like
oh
that.
my god. Yeah.
I mean, that's basically like how the movie is, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you think that, oh, South Park's exaggerating, then you watch the movie and you're like, but are they?
They did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Well, and this specific storyline is the one where she's like getting dressed for 10 minutes
But that was hilarious.
very slowly. And I was like, cool.
I'm watching this, gonna go talk about it with two dudes.
I know.
I'm supposed to be seductively getting dressed here.
Well, and she puts her boots on first, which just seems
Yeah, that doesn't seem.
not right.
Yeah.
Hey, she had to be called from the brain or the heart or something. Doctor Strange was there. It was weird.
Yeah, there was... Well, and she had that weird pterodactyl type thing that she flew on. that made that really annoying noise.
And
then you-
I put
Yeah.
what did I write down? I wrote down specifically for that thing. Off-brand Charizard.
Oh, I see it.
Even though it didn't breathe fire or anything, that's immediately what I thought. It's like that's an off-brand Charizard.
Nice.
It's
Go on.
so true.
Yeah.
I thought she seemed like He-Man when she held up the sword.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
100%. I was
Was
like,
this
oh,
before
come on.
He-Man?
I have no idea.
No
I don't think
idea.
so.
When was He-Man invented or created? And...
I feel like He-Man's pretty old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is pretty old.
That's true. I don't know.
He-Man came out in, oh my god, 1981.
When did this come out?
1981.
Wow.
But this is based off of comics
Yeah.
from a magazine.
I was wondering
Is
if He-Man
He-Man
was
not?
too.
Oh, well, it said it first appeared in He-Man, blah, 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 in 1981.
Gotcha.
So, I do not know, Tim.
So He-Man copied this potentially.
That would be kind of odd.
I know.
There were comics of it, Tim. So, somebody copied somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's whatever.
Interesting.
Our Flipper Flicks verdict. Somebody copied somebody. You're welcome.
Jot that down.
Yes.
But also jot down that I felt like the heavy metal, like the music in it was it flowed a lot better than like say early 2000 action films
Yeah.
or Twilight. We can say
Yeah.
Twilight too. Sorry, Tim.
Tim's favorite movie.
Yes.
What's the song, Sam?
Supermassive Black Hole.
Supermassive Black. Oh. It just seems so out of place. And I wouldn't say the music felt out of place here at all.
But is that just because you were expecting it to be like this?
No, it felt like I was supposed to be on a lot of drugs, watching a very long music video.
Well, and I feel like they kind of cheated in a way because by having multiple storylines, you can switch the music
Yeah.
and it's fine because you're in a different world, you know what I mean?
Right.
Although, I do kind of feel like it's not that the music for the last part was out of place, but I expected it to be harder, like the heavy metal the whole way through, which I don't think it was. It
No.
seemed like it was,
They played Journey.
yeah, like
Yeah.
calm.
A lot of it was a lot calmer than I expected.
Well, all those people on there are calm people. That's what I was trying to say. It's very confusing why they chose them, but whatever.
Well, this movie actually got fucked over by music rights like a bunch
Oh.
in the past. Like it would go on and off home video sales
That's funny.
because they would lose like certain music rights occasionally.
Oh no.
So
The struggle.
yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know, Tim. Did you think that it like flew all right or?
I thought the music like felt good and everything, and I kept getting distracted because I was like, I did not know it was an anthology, so all these storylines like jarred me a lot, and I just really couldn't get into it.
Yeah,
But
no,
then
like, I was...
there was a couple like the taxi guy. I was like, okay, I'm watching this, and then it would cut
Yeah.
away, and then the whole end one with the he woman like. Or whatever the fucking,
She-Man?
She man. Yeah, I mean, I was into that one and the fake Charizard, but the music seemed okay to me, honestly. I think it was just kind of like, yeah, sweet, listen to the music, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just like accept the pretty pictures on the screen, man.
Yeah, they're just expecting people to be like hi, watching and listening to
100%,
music.
100%. Like,
I like to believe that people were getting doobies passed out to them when they were like walking into the theater
Yeah,
back in the day.
probably.
No, but like with this last story, you got like Michael Jackson and Thriller fight like with a giant battle axe and weird spinny Bala Diva like chainsaw
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
on his wrist, and I was like, that's an interesting thing because I'm pretty sure this is before Thriller.
I know. Yes, that jacket was distracting because I was like, you just lifted that right out of that.
That's
But
right.
I don't know if you did.
But again, which came first?
I wasn't alive during this time, so I don't know.
Right? Like, it did look straight up Thriller.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Thriller came out in 1995.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
odd.
I want to believe that.
Look like it.
I know. I want to believe that Michael Jackson was like, yes, that's the one I'd like, please.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
I
thought
want to look like the guy with the saw for a hand.
Yeah, that was.
Continue.
Yeah, she got her ass kicked like real fast.
Yeah.
But she
But
won.
she's still fine.
She
Yeah.
did win.
And
then-
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and apparently she beat the evil thing, the Lochnar.
The Tarnak.
Yes.
Lochnar.
Mm-hmm.
They're just random 3-letter words.
And the Charizard died and came back to life.
That's
what
true.
seemed like a lot of times. Like, I felt like it got stabbed a bit.
And then it made its weird noises.
Yeah, but it was like, it's cool. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the little girl becomes
The
main girl.
Yeah, what is the race called? Or the...
Tarna?
Yeah.
I don't know. She ended up becoming that. And I was like, huh, look at that. It all comes together.
Apparently, yeah.
Not super cohesively.
No, but it's together somewhere.
You can get there. I think the longer stories I got more into, like Harry and that, like Harry Canyon and that one, I think I was like, in Den, I got into Den's because it was longer.
What was done?
Den was the dude that was just fucking everybody.
Oh, okay.
That really narrows it down.
Yeah. No, it actually does.
He fucks multiple people.
Yeah.
Nobody else fucks multiple.
Well, and I feel like, does the artwork change in the movie? I don't know if it does, but
Slightly.
I noticed it in the Harry Cab one. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this actually looks pretty good, and it looks stylistic, right? Like, it looks old, but like they
It was well done. And-
Yeah, like they made it that way,
Yeah.
and it still looks nice. Like, I don't know, it just made it feel like I was like in illustrations for a book or something, which I liked. I feel like we should be a little more creative with our animation styles.
Yeah, some people are saying that like it kind of like created its own like thing for a bit, but then nobody else ended up following it in their like art style.
Oh, yeah, lame.
I know.
Because it'd be cool.
Now can we get a 3D CGI version of this?
Please don't.
No, pass.
Just boobies everywhere, Sam.
Please don't. No.
Well, they made they're like Tim asked earlier, like in our chat, was is it the 81 or the 2000 version? So they made a sequel.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Is it animated? Too?
Yes.
Is it an anthology?
I have no idea.
Are there lots of Lochnars
And boobies?
and Charizards and whatever else?
I have no idea. But I do want to say that Den, he battled something named Ulutuk,
Okay.
also known as Cthulhu backwards.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm still not certain which character that was.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. But they had the South Park episode really did nail it, and it was really funny to me. Because I made Sam watch
I'll
it
have to watch
afterwards.
that, yeah.
It's on HBO Max if you need to.
If you're on the fence about this movie, maybe watch the South Park episode first. And then you can be like, do I really want to invest time in this movie? But I am very confused how they got a sequel out of this.
Well, it's a long-running comic series, and this movie actually beat its budget by about $10 million.
Dang!
Yeah. I mean, it made $19 million back in the 80s,
Okay.
which is pretty solid. I was, like, determined that this movie made all its money and, like, people bringing it back to the theaters, because they do that now.
Yeah.
No. It actually did it all in 1981.
So it's not a cult classic?
No, it is still a cult classic. Would you say that the majority of the world would love and follow this movie?
No.
It would have a cult following. Oh my god. I don't know if our parents have seen it.
No idea.
I'm going to have to ask my dad. I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't know if our dads have seen it. I don't think it's I think it's got a gender specific group it's targeted demographic. That word.
Mm.
Would you agree?
Yeah,
Anyways, I'm out of notes.
I am too. I was just looking at mine, but I would agree with that.
Sam's nodding her head, yes. So I'll get to the
Yes,
cast
yes.
what exists of it.
Yeah.
Because it's really confusing and I
Pretty
can't tell
basic.
you.
Okay.
So Zeke was the cyborg. I don't know. He was a robot,
Okay.
but he wasn't the robot that fucks the woman secretary.
He's a different robot.
He's like the guy he's the doctor that's supposed to be talking. He's talking at the Pentagon.
Oh, okay.
So that's voiced by Harold Ramis. You're like, Adam.
Who is that?
Yeah, he's the writer of Ghostbusters,
Nice.
Groundhog Day, Stripes.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't know. He's actually pretty big
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Look at him.
And then Stern. Stern was the fucking captain dude. That was the criminal.
Oh, okay.
So Stern / a male reporter. Fuck if I know which one or what anthology. But it was played by Eugene Levy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw his name pop up, and then
I
I
couldn't
wanted
figure
to
out who it
listen
was.
for him, and then I forgot.
Yeah, but he's in American Pie, Schitt's Creek, and then Best in Show.
Nice.
Tim, I feel like you would really like Best in Show.
I agree.
I think I've seen it.
It's a mockumentary on dog shows.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
It's so funny. The desk sergeant, Dan / Den, and the robot are all played by John Candy. And now Tim's probably going to be like, well, you forgot this movie, but I'm only going to list 3 of them. He's in the Blues Brothers,
Mm-hmm.
Spaceballs,
Mm-hmm.
and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Mm-hmm. You
All right,
forgot
Yeah, there it is.
The Great Outdoors.
That's
One of the
it.
best movies.
Who's in that?
Uncle Buck, like also amazing. Gene whatever, Gene Hackman.
Gene Wild?
Or
Gene
Wilder?
Wilder or Gene?
No, the
was
guy
it
he's
Willy-
in Ghostbusters.
Is there a Gene in Ghostbusters?
I don't know if his
Gene
name's actually
Wilder's
Gene.
not.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
his
his
name-
name is Gene, but he's one of the Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is it Dan Aykroyd?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely Gene.
I'm like, Gene Wilder is a very specific person.
Yeah,
It
I
has-
doubt he's
for
in
some
this
reason
movie.
was thinking Gene. I don't know why, but yeah.
Oh,
Nice. Dan Aykroyd.
I think it's Dan Aykroyd. I don't know. I don't know his name.
he had a 1 in 4 guess there.
I know. I don't know.
But going on, Grimaldi, who I guess is the Lochnar.
I thought you said that was the. Oh, just kidding. Continue. I figured that was the little girl, but I guess not.
I did too, but it's played by a guy named Don Franks, so I'm guessing that's not the little girl.
I mean, did she ever say anything? It might. Be,
Ah!
he might have played both. I don't know.
I don't know. He's in My Bloody Valentine, I'm Not There, and Johnny Mnemonic.
Fun.
So Johnny Mnemonic is a Keanu Reeves. I'm pretty sure it busted. Like, flopped hard.
Does Keanu Reeves make busts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Point Break.
Mm-mm.
Sam loves Point Break.
It's so good. So good.
And then my last guy is Harry Canyon. He's played by Richard Romanus. He's in Mean Streets, big movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Point of No Return,
Okay.
in Wizards.
Nice.
And then I did not write down the 8 directors.
Sorry, guys.
Should I go and look them up real quick?
That's up to you.
Okay, I'll yell out their names really fast because there are 8 of them. I didn't realize that it was 8 until I was like halfway past. I was at the point of no return, but it's Gerald Potterton, John Bruno, John Hallis, Julian Harris, Jimmy T. Murakami, Barry Nelson, Paul Sabella, Jack Stokes, Pino Van Lemsvierde, and Harold Whitaker.
Harold Whitaker.
Yeah, so that's kind of bonkers.
Did they do anything else?
You know, I just looked them up.
I know.
But only one of them had a picture,
Oh, so maybe not.
so probably. I mean,
They did a Heavy Metal, the sequel.
Oh, I will say that John Bruno did visual effects for Avatar.
Damn!
I mean, I guess he has kind of a thing. He did the visual effects for Titanic and Terminator 2.
Look at him!
So I guess he did a few things.
He did fine for himself.
One of the guys, Gerald Potterton, did the Yellow Submarine animation.
Nice.
John Hallis So pulling him up. He's loading. If my internet was faster, I could tell you faster.
He's loading.
Nothing I really noticed. He did like some Masters of Animation stuff.
He's still loading.
A lot of these guys did animation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, logical. I feel like they all probably did their own artwork. But yeah, those first two guys kind of like
knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I mean, so that's cool.
I would hate to be the other guys. Like, damn it.
But yeah, so that was Heavy Metal. The critics rated it a 61%. Audience gave it a 67%. IMDb gave it a 6.7 out of 10. And Google gave it an 87%.
I was going to say those are pretty, like,
2 out of 3
consistent ratings, and then you get to Google.
Yeah. So let's go with the one female in the room.
Am I flipping it on?
Yeah.
Probably not. No.
What?
I can't say that I, like, despised it. Like, I think the animation style is pretty cool. The music is adequate. It's like 70s rock. What do you expect? And I actually did like that it was multiple storylines. It didn't really bother me that it was multiple storylines. I thought it kept my attention better.
Really?
Yeah. But no.
Not for you?
Too many boobies for me. / just too much weirdness for me. So it's a no for me.
How about you, Tim?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a place or a target audience for this movie, but it's very specific, and it's probably why it's a cult classic.
Yeah. I think it definitely fits that.
Like, well, yeah, the
checkbox.
Music and everything, like, made sense and stuff, and it was kind of fun. I think, like, if you're high or some shit, it might be better, but definitely not for everyone. And I'm going to say I was kind of distracted and not really with this movie the whole time, so I'm going to flip it off. I just don't think a lot of people would enjoy this.
Fair assessment. Adam?
I was on the edge.
Really?
Yeah, I would not say, I don't want to believe that I'm the targeted demographic. There are parts of it I thought were enjoyable. I just thought it was like a fun trip.
Okay.
And I do enjoy the music, I guess. I grew up with it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
so I got, like, if I was flipping on channels, I would stop and, like, boobies. So I'll just say fuck it, flip it on.
Nice.
I think I was on the edge earlier for another movie, and I said flip it off, so I'm going to just...
equal yourself out?
Yeah, I'm going to equal myself out on my middle grounds. Like, so my next time I'm on the edge, I'm going to have to say no.
Okay. But at the same time, if you told me that you had seen this movie and we hadn't, I would have been like, that checks out. Not to say that you are the target audience, because I don't know if you are, but, like, I feel like you explore weird movies more than the general person, if that makes sense.
Let's get weird.
Like, look at Don Quixote.
Hey, what's the full name of that movie?
The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
Thank you. Say its name. Anyways, so yeah, Heavy Metal. We got to get Tim spinning though. Tim, you're gonna spin it for Sam this week, right? You got your sound blasting.
Let me turn it up here.
Okay, yeah.
Do it.
We figured out we could share the spinner to Tim. So it only took us.
Yeah, however long.
Let's see if you'll be able to hear it. Let me open the app here. All right.
Okay, yeah.
You ready?
You'll be able to see it on your Audacity.
Ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay.
I heard like a little fart.
Yeah.
Is it still spinning?
Oh! There it was. All right. It's pick 3.
Oh, shit. We haven't gotten one of these in a while. So, Tim, do you want to pick a streaming service or a genre?
I want to do streaming service because I feel like I'll be biased with the genre right now.
Okay.
Wait, I'm just curious. What would be your bias?
Probably like
romance.
Horror or something. Or action.
Gal
I don't
Pal
know.
Films.
Yeah, definitely Gal Pal Films. Okay, I guess I pick a streaming service then.
Yes.
That's tempting. Let's do Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Oh man. So I was originally gonna go period drama, but I don't know if that's gonna function.
There's stuff on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it might.
Let's do a quick search to see if period drama. It's an interesting list, Tim. If you have Google Plus up, Disney Plus up, you should just search it and we can laugh at the list.
Okay, hold on. Let me look here. Let me pull it up.
See if that's the list you guys want to use. I can think of at least one that would be accurate. I don't
guarantee
know if the
it's
rest
not
are.
on this list.
Oh, really?
Interesting. Ooh, I see one I want to watch though.
But yeah, like some of it's weird, right?
Yeah, I see 2 on there that I'd be happy to watch.
The rest garbage.
All right.
Well, one's a show, and
Yeah, one is a show. So if you get that, it will have to re-choose numbers.
We'll just watch the first episode, right?
All right, Sam, give us a number 1 through like 15.
Oh, we're going with period drama. Period.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I was just wondering.
I was trying to go with like, I don't know what I wanted to go with. 1 second. Give me 2 seconds.
I'll allow you to keep
1,
searching if you would
1,000
like.
to 1,000.
Oh no. Documentary is my new choice.
Documentary?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
gotta remember that the documentaries are in alphabetical order.
Are they? They're not on mine.
Oh, Tim, did you go to movies and then documentary?
No. Hold on.
So do that real quick.
You guys are looking at the same list.
Yeah, gotta make sure. The first one has to do with a shark, and the bottom one has to do with a shark.
Nice! I love animal documentaries. I'm gonna laugh really hard if whatever
not
number
pulling
I
up
pick
that
is
way.
not that.
If I click on
really?
movies.
And then there's a thing like on the right, and you can drop it
Oh,
down to
you can actually do that. Okay. I got you. All right, we're good.
Okay. You can pick a big number, a small number, but remember, alphabetical order.
I don't know why that matters.
Well, because if she chooses a number and it's like 74, she might think might be like a bottom rail documentary, but it's really not. It's just alphabetized.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, so.
Good luck. I hope you get a Star Wars one because it'll piss you off.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. They have like 1 million of those. Ooh.
Do they really? I don't
Okay.
even see one in here.
Oh, there's a couple.
There's a
in here.
couple.
Oh my god, I hope she gets this one, but
26.
No.
26.
What's
4,
wrong with
3,
26?
6, 9, 12, 15, 18,
Okay, never mind.
21, 24, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I think she got a Christmas one, dude.
I did too.
18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, you got Decorating Disney Holiday Magic.
Nice!
Yep.
Which
Isn't that a show, though?
it is a 42-minute short film.
Look at that. Decorating
doing that
Disney
one?
for the holidays.
Right? You picked it. I
What are we
guess
going to
that's
talk about? I mean, that's fine. Let's do that one.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I
'cause-
watched that.
And call it heavy